He was the last horse I trained when my legs worked. So the bond that I have with that horse is pretty dang special. I started feeding BioMane about a year ago, and I started feeding it because you want our horses to look beautiful, right? We want our horses to have that shiny coat. We want them to have that long mane and tail. And some of my horses were struggling with that whole idea. The horse everyone knows is ATP Power. I call him Power. He's my 16 3-hand big black horse. I got him when I was a sophomore in high school. He was the last horse I trained when my legs worked. So the bond that I have with that horse is pretty dang special. You know, he had to go through this whole adjustment with me. He saw the bad days, he saw the days where my balance wasn't good, he saw the process of figuring out my seatbelt and my Velcro straps. I mean, he was a part of that whole thing. So he's pretty neat. Like, he knows he's supposed to be careful. I mean, from the very first day we caught him out of the field, he walked with his head behind me, he put his head into my lap, and has definitely taken on a take care of me attitude. You can't train that. You definitely can't train one to act like that, and he's really special because of it. My other horse is French Open, AKA Legacy or Legs. Legacy is the first horse I've trained since my accident. I got him about 4 years ago. He was 6. He knew 2 things. He knew how to stop, he knew how to spin, but that was it. That was the end of our world. So to teach him how to do the barrels and to move his body correct and to take care of me has been a process, but it's been extremely rewarding. So he's the one I pro rodeo on now. He's definitely earned his place in allowing me to not only compete, but win again. And we all want to get back to winning again, so he's allowed me to do that. So I was excited when I was able to put them on BioMane and get them to start feeding it every day. So my horses have been a little bit different on how they have reacted to it. The biggest change I've seen is through their tails. Legacy, for example, he is always fuzzy on the top of his tail. It doesn't matter what I do to try to fix that. It doesn't matter what I deworm him with. It's always like that. We're over it. We're no longer fuzzy at the top of our tail. I have been extremely thrilled with that. His tail is now long enough that you have to have it in a tail bag or tie it up for him to back out of the trailer, or he's gonna step on it. And it was definitely not like that before. So I've loved that result with him. Honestly, the biggest change has been through their tail growth, that they have, their tails are not only growing longer, but they're thicker and they're healthy. And I mean, they're how you want your horse's tail to be. I have not been a tail bag human, but since we've gotten the BioMane Tailbags, I tailbag my horses. 1, because they're easy to put in, 2, because they stay in, and 3, because of how my horses tail when I take them out. So between all 3 of those things, it is worth it for me to put them on my horses. I mean, I have loved being able to use those and loved that I know that when I kick them out for a week, that they're not gonna come back in with anything going on with their tail, that they're healthy and taken care of while they're in that tail bag.